Hi there, welcome to my channel on this beautiful corner of the internet. I feel that there's many of us in the collective at this time who are re-establishing what it means to acknowledge our value and our value on a soul level, and allowing that to evolve and create a union with our value on a human level as well. I do believe that our self-value can evolve and adapt over time as we also grow and adapt over time. But the truth, the essence of our value and how it links to our soul is the most important established value that we can gift to ourselves and gift to others just by us being in that essence. So, the first thing that I invite you to do right now is to identify what you link your value to be in this present moment time. Is it value linked to your job, value linked to money, to materialism or acquisitions? Is your value linked to having a partnership or a relationship in your life? What is your version of your self-value linked to? And this can be multiple areas of your life. It doesn't have to be just one. But allowing yourself to identify what areas that your self-value is linked to, where it actually doesn't have anything to do with the truth of your soul essence and who you are within here, and being able to reframe and adapt that the internal essence of ourselves is seeking that invitation to reroute into those areas of our life and not the other way around. Our value on a soul level intrinsically feeds into those experiences, pours into those experiences, and therefore, then we can say that our self value is more resonant or aligned to our soul value and the value of our material world's human avatars. If you are someone who is already very consciously tuned in to the fact that your self value is core linked to your soul and your essence, I invite you to take this a bit deeper and to allow yourself to identify that essence even without labels, without identification of what your essence is, and taking it a bit deeper with more depth and just be in that being space, be in your essence with no label to that truth. And that is my invitation for you. My second point to bring up is imagining yourself walking into a room, a brand new space with other spirits, other people, and envisioning what your aura would look like just from the radiation of your soul, your spirit, and your essence. What would you say your value is then? This is an invitation to dive into what you feel you radiate from just your being, from people not knowing anything yet about you. What would they perceive about your aura, your essence, your being, as linked with your core self value that you've established within yourself? And this is also aside from any materialism or acquisitions. This is just your being, your embodiment of being. And if with this envisioning exercise, you feel that actually what is coming through is not fully in alignment to what you would perceive your value or your essence to be of just your being, to allow yourself to sit with that, to sit with your soul essence, and ask your intuition to show you your essence, your being, what you are meant to be here to radiate, just from your core existence of being. And this can take time to explore. Don't be hard on yourself if this is not something that is adapted right away. This is more of an exercise and something that we all adapt and we all learn through. Also, people who have eyes to see you and your soul essence, your spirit, your truth, will see you, and they will be able to identify and acknowledge you in that value. The ones that are meant to see you in that essence, in your true essence, they will, and they will hold the space for you. And those are the people that are meant to truly be in your life. So if you also feel fear of acknowledgement of how you may be received. Trust that the reception of your soul truth in your spirit will be received by those who can truly see you. And the third point that I will bring up is about eliminating competition timelines. This is in contrast to other people. And now, the reason that on a human level, this is not really productive for the space that which we are trying to acknowledge our soul value and our self value is because every single person is here and meant to anchor their own self value as an essence to their soul spirit and their soul essence. And we are not meant to adapt other people's self value or essence just as much they're not meant to adapt to ours. All of us are meant to anchor our self value, our soul essence, our truth in the way that is aligned, genuine, and authentic to our spirit. So, to move into more of these human lens of competition, of comparison, would be doing an injustice to your own spirit, your own truth, and the spirit and truth of the other person in which you are holding in contrast. In truth, the only essence of competition would be with ourselves and who we once were, where we have been, and how we can further expand ourselves. And to move a bit deeper of how every single person is a mirror to our reality, a mirror to ourselves. Mirror doesn't always mean exact replica. Mirror can be this person is in their confidence, and I could use more of that influence in my life on myself. But my version of confidence may look different to that other person's version of confidence. And again, this is not exact replica, it's your version of that expression that is being mirrored to you through somebody else, and how that links to your own soul truth, self value, and your essence. And the fourth point is, how can I bridge more of my soul value into my human self value? Because we can adapt an essence or an identity of our soul essence, our soul spirits, and even that is a form of a human label or human identification or human words for our essence and our being. And even then, it doesn't encompass the full truth of our being and our soul essence. But we are here on the material plane. And so the invitation is always that how can we merge and bridge the spiritual into our everyday life and how we see ourselves, our self value. So this can look like perhaps you're learning new spiritual practices, you're moving in spiritual self development, and you find yourself connecting more with your higher self. And the next bridge stage is to bridge more of your higher self essence, your soul quality, your soul value into how you facilitate your human self and your physical worlds. And this is how you create more of an embodiment of spirituality into your human self, your human life, and your earthly everyday reality here. So I invite you to think about all the ways that once you start to identify and connect in more with your soul expression, your soul truth, your spiritual self, how can you now allow that remembrance, that awakening to move through you, to move into your everyday life, and to have creative co-creation with your higher self, with source, universe, all that is, however you identify, to come together in this physical earthly plane. But first and foremost, it has to come through your physical human self. So what beliefs would you start to install? How would you start to feel every day as you start to adapt and move more into your soul essence of your self value, of your truth? These are all things that I call recreating an energetic blueprint for you to have an energetic code of conduct in which you live by. Which brings me to number 5 of that creating an energetic blueprint or an energetic code of conduct doesn't mean that people or situations in our life may always reflect back to us our self values. sometimes what this truly means is that our perception, our shift, our value of understanding ourselves and maneuvering ourselves in the world has changed to a degree that then when we have interactions with others or situations come into our life that reflect old aligned ways of being, we won't have any residual energetic perception that wants to interact with those old storylines or to interact with things in the old ways maybe we would have if we were in old ways of self value or energetic code of conduct. So I invite you to sit and write down your version of energetic code of conduct that aligns with your self value, your soul truth, who you are on a soul level, and allowing that to be your structure, your container in which you allow your physical human self to carry your spirit, to carry your spiritual self. And this will allow powerful changes and shifts to maneuver to your life because you'll also have more scenarios and situations that are less available or mirror less circumstances or people in your life who reflect back to you old scenarios in which you used to facilitate yourself through old self values that are now void. Once you start to create this energetic blueprint by writing down your self values, your soul truth, what feels right for you in your life to adapt and to facilitate yourself in a way that aligns with your self values, it also creates more of a synchronistic alignment for people, places, things, and events to align to those energetic frequencies as well. And old contracts, old ways of being, or people with old frequencies that don't align will eventually also fall away. Our personal energetic codes of conduct are not there to control other people in our lives or to control events in our life from not happening. What it's going to do, though, is reflect back to us more scenarios that support our new self values, and we will also have a more solid code of conduct in which we facilitate ourselves in regards to situations that don't align to our self values. Because having this energetic code of conduct in place creates that energetic structure around us that also reflects back to others how we facilitate ourselves, how we believe in ourselves, and how we also value ourselves. And people do sense and will energetically facilitate themselves in different ways around you just from you holding yourself to a different energetic code of conduct or a energetic container that then you are creating through your self-value system. And again, this is not to control circumstances or other people. This is like your protective blueprint of what you value in yourself and how you would like other people to value you. And even if that looks like maybe they are disrespecting you and maybe they don't change, but it's letting them go out of your life because they're not aligning. That is a way that it can manifest. Or someone can adapt. They can adapt to your new self-value system and really respect that. So I just give those two energetic examples to show that the only thing that we are truly in control of is how we decide to set these value systems in place for ourselves and to honor our own soul truth. So those were the key points to your energetic blueprint for creating and remembering, awakening to your self-value on a soul truth, soul essence level. I hope that you have found this video of value to you. It would be an honor if you left a like on this video as a ways to let me know, and subscribe to this channel if aligned. If you would like to share anything down below in the comments of how this video has resonated with you personally, I would love to hear from you down below. Thank you so much for tuning in with me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!